Hi, thanks for joining me again. The subject of today's video is divorce. That's why I've chosen to wear a black shirt. No, no, just kidding. Divorce, as we know, is a huge problem. Um, and probably more importantly, is the damage that um, parents who's are overcome by the emotions of going through a divorce, not being able to compromise, not understanding that no two people are going to think identically, not knowing that the steps to lasting happiness and emotional peace, that you can change your thinking and change your world. People don't even know it exists yet today. They will in the future, and hopefully thousands will take the course before or during their marriage, so that 50% divorce rate, can be reduced dramatically. Now, don't let I grew up in the 50s and 60s, so don't let your grandparents tell you that, we didn't have divorce back then. Well, the only reason why they didn't have divorce back then, growing up in the 50s and 60s, you didn't hear about it. You didn't hear about unwed mothers either, where today they proudly attend high school. Things have really changed. But the social taboo that existed in the 50s and 60s, marriages were verboten. It was a failure that wasn't even discussed hardly in public, at all. And that's why the rate was much lower. So you just keep that in mind when the oldies but goodies tell you that there wasn't divorce back in my day. Um, there wasn't, but a lot of people too may have stuck together that did more harm to the kids than if they'd gotten a divorce. But that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about in this video is that the greatest casualties to divorce are the children. I mean, just imagine, the parents are overcome by their own negative thinking, which they don't recognize. They haven't taken the course. They don't know what it is. They don't understand that the two of them will never think about things the same way, and that's okay. We should learn to respect that in each other, not to hate each other for it. And that's what the course teaches you how to do. But the kids, just imagine that you've been brought up, as a child, you've been loved, you've had fun, you love your mom, you love your dad, and then all of a sudden your life is turned upside down. They're splitting up, and you've experienced untold moments during the process of them going through this divorce that have subjected you to fear, to the children, to anxiety, to depression, to sadness, to every negative emotion that you can think of. These kids experience, and that does not go away. That forms the foundation for their negative thought habit, their negative thought addictions. And what chance do those kids have of going through their teens and getting married themselves, etc., without having a pretty significant or even severe addiction to their own negative thinking? They don't even trust love anymore. They don't even believe that it exists. It's just a tragic thing that's got to stop. It must stop. There must be a paradigm shift, and there must be education for people that get married that teach them the steps that I've created, so that the negative thought addictions or habits that they both share when they get married don't end up a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 12 years down the road destroying that relationship. It does not have to be. Thanks for listening. Please go on to the next page, take the course. Remember, if you don't agree with the steps that I've created, and that you can find uh, that you can change your thinking and change your world, the course is free. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for listening.